What's up, guys? My name is Tai Zen. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. This is a trading, investing, and entrepreneurship channel. We like to talk about stuff the real world stuff that makes you life-changing profits and life-changing money out in the real world. Not that bullshit stuff they teach you in the books and in the theory, and it doesn't work in the real world. Okay. In this video, guys, I want to this is a follow-up video to a previous video I made where I talk about it's better to be a good follower if you want to make life-changing money quicker and faster versus trying to be a good leader, because that takes a lot of time and that takes a lot of money to become a good leader, whereas it costs a lot less to be a good follower and a lot less time and money. Okay. In this video, this is a follow-up video to that, and in this video I have some notes in front of me here of the 9 traits. Okay, the 9 traits or the 9 qualities, or the 9 personalities, or the 9 characteristics of a good leader. Okay, the reason why you want to be able to spot these people, right, is because it's easier to follow them to make life-changing money than it is to try to figure it out on your own. Okay, so here's the first trait here, guys. The type of leaders that you want to follow have a very clear goal and mission. Like, you know, when you look at someone like an Elon Musk, right, the founder of Tesla, you know, he's a billionaire now, and when he started Tesla, the company, the electric car company, he was very clear on what he wanted to do with the company. He wanted to build the best, you know, electric cars. When he started the company SpaceX, he wanted to be the first company to land people on Mars so that people could colonize Mars and do all that, you know, crazy outer space stuff, right? And as crazy as we might think it is, his goal and his mission was very clear. Like, when you think of Elon Musk, you think of, you know, colonies in outer space, rockets to the moon, rockets to Mars, right? Interstellar travel. So these are the things that's associated with Elon Musk. So his goal and his mission is very clear. One of the things that a lot of our clients like, and a lot of our viewers and subscribers like whenever they watch our channel, is that they like the fact that me and my co-host, the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com, we constantly talk about how we are making life-changing money and life-changing profits, and we share our experiences and our mistakes with everyone on our channel. And people like that. People respect that. Like, we tell people, hey man, we're a trading, investing, and entrepreneurship channel. We are not a tech channel. You know, like, we understand the tech and everything, but that's not the focus of this channel. The focus of this channel is to make life-changing profits, the kind of profits that can potentially change how we live our life, okay? So that's what people like. They like the fact that, hey man, these guys do not bullshit around. These guys like to make life-changing money, and that's what we want, so we're going to follow these guys, okay? So our goal and our message is very clear to everyone, and that's why whenever some people like to follow our channel and some people don't, well, the people that like to follow our channel, they like to make life-changing money too, and they want to learn the real-world stuff that actually gets you there. And then the people that don't like it, well, they're not interested in making life-changing money. So it's easy as that. So make sure that you follow someone that has a clear mission or a clear goal. Number 2, right, is that the leaders, the potentially good leaders that you follow, the good leaders, they don't give a shit what non-relevant people say. Okay, they really don't, right? So, for example, whenever let's use the example of Elon Musk again. When Elon Musk said that he wants to colonize Mars, he wants to go to the moon, he wants to build rockets into outer space, go interstellar travel, build the best electric cars and stuff, that's self-driving and everything, people that don't know how to build cars were telling him he's nuts. People that don't understand electric motors and lithium batteries were telling him he was crazy, right? People that don't understand about rocket science and about how to get an object out into space, launch an object into space, they were telling him he was stupid. You know, the people that don't have any dreams or passions about living on Mars were telling him that he had foolish ideas, right? All these people are non-relevant. Okay, these are what I call non-relevant people, because they're not relevant to the subject and to the mission and to the goal of what Elon Musk was trying to do. Okay, likewise on our channel, right, myself and my co-host, the Honorable Grandmaster legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com, the great oracle of crypto, we have always focused on looking for ways to make life-changing money in our life, okay? So whenever we have these trolls that tell us, oh, you guys are stupid, you guys are foolish, Bitcoin is a scam, it's not gonna work, Bitcoin will never make it, Bitcoin won't work, cryptocurrencies is a joke, or blockchain is never gonna work, right? We don't pay attention to that because those people are worried about the technology. They're worried about the tech. Over here, our team is worried about making life-changing profits, and you over here telling me about this tech versus that tech, a bunch of stupid shit. Like, we're here to trade and invest in these cryptos, right? Just like when we were trading and investing in the stock market, right? What the company does, right? We have a general idea what the company does, but a lot of times if you ask me, right, what the company does, like, I don't know what the hell they do. Like, all I know is that the price goes up and it goes down. I need to buy it low and then sell it high. That's what I need to know, and how to risk and manage my money and to reduce the risk in my portfolio. What the company does, what the CEO eats, and what the CEO, where he sleeps at, where his home is at, I don't give a shit about that because that's irrelevant. So when I got all these people that are reporters, journalists, bloggers, and all these people telling us what we're doing is stupid, it's foolish, it's not going to work, or whatever, I don't pay attention to that, and none of us on our team pays attention to that because it's non-relevant people. Okay, so all the trolls, the professional trolls out there, when they troll us, we know they're professional trolls. They are not professional traders, they are not professional investors, they are not people who make life-changing money. Why would we pay attention to what they say? I mean, that doesn't even make any sense, right? Like, for example, right, that would be the same as me speaking English and I say a word wrong, or I use a vocabulary wrong, or I use a word wrong because, or I misspell a word or something, and then I got somebody speaking Chinese that doesn't speak English, and they're trying to tell me how to correct my spelling or my grammar. I'm not going to pay attention to that person because they're not relevant because they don't speak English. They don't read and write English. If they read and write English and they speak English, then I would pay attention to them because now they're relevant. They're part of the story now. They're part of my journey. But if they don't speak it, I would not pay attention to them, okay? So I remember when I first relocated back to Southeast Asia, right? There's not a lot of people that own cars and automobiles because the cars here cost a significant amount of money. They're 2 to 3 times more than the cost for the same car in America, all right? So not too many people can afford them, and the financing is not as easy, and so people who drive cars over here have to have money in order to drive cars, especially like the higher end cars, okay? So I remember this guy, I was in a car, and this guy was telling me how to operate the car. Like, I've driven cars all my life. I've owned several cars in my life, so I know how to drive cars because everybody in America drives cars, right? I've had a driver's license, I think, since I was a teenager, and this guy doesn't even have a driver's license, and he was telling me, and the driver, I was in a taxi or a Grab, or which is the Southeast Asian equivalent of an Uber in America, and I was in a car, and the driver, this other passenger was telling me and the driver how to drive the car and operate the car. Meanwhile, that person has never had a driver's license in his life. The reason why is because he's never driven a car and he doesn't own a car, right? So to me, that's irrelevant people, okay? That's not relevant to what I'm doing, okay? So be careful about that, okay? Listen to the people, pay attention to the people that you follow that are good leaders. Make sure that leader, right, is listening to people that are relevant and does not give a shit about what the non-relevant people say, okay? Number 3, okay, is that the leader needs to have balls made out of steel and brass and titanium, okay? You can't not have a leader, or someone cannot be a good leader that has no balls, okay? Somebody that's a chicken shit and has no courage, okay, in case you're from another country and English is not your primary language, saying that someone has balls means that they have courage, they're brave, they're willing to go out there and try something and not be scared, okay? I grew up in the ghettos. Many of you guys know I came to America as a refugee, lived in the ghettos for a long period of my life, right? Sold drugs, went to prison for nearly 14 years, came out and had to rebuild my life in my mid-30s, okay? And now I'm retired, by the time I got to my mid-40s, I was able to retire early. Okay, so check this out. We have a saying in the ghetto, in the hood, that, you know, a scaredy cat will never become a fat cat. And what that means in English is that the leader that is scared will never become a great leader or someone that is financially successful. Okay, so if you want to be nice, big, and fat, you got to follow a leader that has got balls, that's not scared. Okay, and a lot of people don't like to say that. Okay, but I'm going to tell you, that's the reality, okay? None of the entrepreneurs that I've ever met in my life that are successful are scared, okay? They're not scared motherfuckers. They are brave dudes that go out there and willing to try and don't give a shit, okay? So they got balls, they got guts. So make sure that you follow leaders that have balls also, okay? The other thing too, okay, the fourth characteristic of a good leader that I would follow is he's willing to admit he's wrong and is willing to adapt to the changing conditions. Okay, so you know, let's take a look at Elon Musk again. Okay, he fires off a few rockets and they don't land back correctly. Okay, people told him, hey, there's no way that you can shoot a rocket out into space and bring it back to Earth and then land the rocket like a regular airplane or a helicopter, right? No one's ever done that, right? And Elon Musk is like, you know, I don't give a shit if no one's ever done it. I'm going to be the first one to do it. Okay. Everyone told him that that's not possible, okay? And he goes, shut the fuck up. And he went out there and he built these rockets. And you know, obviously the first few times that he tried to shoot the rocket up and land it back on Earth, right, it did not work. But he learned from his mistakes, he admitted his mistakes, right, and then he adapted and then figured out how to land a rocket correctly. And now he's able to launch stuff out into space safely and bring the rockets back and reuse them, because that costs a lot of money to have to build a new rocket every time you need to launch a payload out into space. So he figured out how to reuse those rockets to save money, okay, and reduce the cost of space, sending stuff out into space, okay. So let's look at somebody else, okay. I'll use myself as an example, okay? So many of you guys know that I say this over and over and over, okay? That there's two skills that makes you a good trader, okay? One is knowing how to correctly size your bets, and number two is knowing how and when to increase and decrease your bet size when you're in a trade, okay? So in the first boot camp that we taught in 2017, right, I made an analysis that based on the market conditions that we can risk up to 3 to 5% of our portfolio in one crypto. So if I have a $100,000 portfolio, I'm willing to put aside $3,000 to $5,000 into one crypto, okay? Now, fast forward a year later in 2018, the market conditions have changed. The infrastructure and the market conditions are more mature now in the cryptocurrency space. So we have reduced that from 3 to 5% down to 1 to 3%. And then I know that moving forward, as the market conditions change, I'm going to go back and reanalyze that. And there's going to be a point to where it's going to be the same as the stock market. Inside the stock market, I don't recommend risking more than 1% on one stock. Okay, so if I have a $100,000 portfolio, I'm only going to put $1,000 into that particular stock that I like. No matter how much I love that stock, I'm not going to put more than $1,000 into it, which is 1% of my entire portfolio. Okay, and then if I was coaching a new student to become successful in stock trading, I would only recommend no more than 1/4 of 1%, okay? 1/4 of 1% is the most. So on a $100,000 portfolio, I would not let that person, that student, that new beginning trader, to risk more than $250 on one trade if they have a $100,000 portfolio, okay? So that's how you manage risk, okay? So knowing when to adapt to the market conditions, right, is also a good trait of a quality leader, okay? The next one is, the next trait, the fifth one, is that the leader is a likable person and attracts people to him, okay? You got a lot of dumb idiots out there, and the trolls, right, out there, they do not have the personality that people want to be attracted to them, to do business with them, and to make money with them, and to share, you know, their success or money or time or experience with them, okay? These trolls and these cancerous people do not make good leaders, okay? On the other hand, there are other people out there who, when they go out there, because of their charisma, because of the way they communicate with people, because of their personality, they just naturally attract people to them. Okay, they just go out there, and the minute people see them, right, they have this halo around them. It's like a magnet. They just attract people to them. They're just naturally likable people. Okay, so for example, like my co-host and my business partner, the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com, when you first meet him in person, he's a likable person. When you meet him, he just naturally exudes that personality that people like him. Some people have said that about me too. Okay, I don't know how true that is, but I seem to have a lot of friends, have a lot of subscribers, a lot of viewers, right? Without doing any advertising, without doing any of that stuff, and we still help the manage to get some people. Okay, so that's important to know, that the person that you plan to follow, the reason why it's important that they have a likable personality and that people are attracted to them, the reason why is because that's how they expand their knowledge. Like if you don't have a leader that attracts people to them, that want to do business with them, that want to be their friends, that want to communicate with them, then they are isolated and they won't get to share ideas or learn from the mistakes of other people. So you remember, the reason why we are looking for a good leader to follow is to shortcut our journey. So instead of taking this long to get to become financially successful and make life-changing money in our lives, we do it in less time. Instead of spending this much money to become wealthy, we only invest this much money to become wealthy and retire early. Okay, so we want to make sure that the guy is knowledgeable and he has a network of people that he can ping to pull information from, and if he makes a mistake and he needs to come up with a solution, he has a big enough network of friends to be able to pull that information in. And if the person is not a likable person, then more than likely he does not have enough friends in his network for him to find the solutions that he's looking for to make life-changing money. Okay, the sixth, I think we're on the sixth one, right? Characteristic of a good leader is that he knows how to network and makes friends with the right people. This is extremely important because you got people out there that's very likable, but they go out there and they network with the wrong people. Like I know this guy, man, he's a funny dude. Okay, I grew up with him, and he's a funny guy. Everywhere he goes, people love him. They like to party with him. Whenever there's a party, you want to bring this guy over. However, he has a bad habit of networking with very negative and cancerous people. He likes to network with people that like to do drugs. He likes to network with people that like to be poor. He likes to network with people that lives the alternative lifestyle. They want to be hippies. They want to be over here living in the boondocks in the woods or stuff like that. That is not conventional. That's not mainstream. And he thinks it's cool. He thinks it's cool that he has a wide network of these people. And nobody in his network are entrepreneurs, traders, investors, or people that like to make money. Most of the people that's in his network like to be broke and like to remain broke, and they think it's cool to be broke. So that's not the kind of leader that you want. You want the leaders that have enough sense to network with traders, investors, VCs, fund managers, bankers, CPAs, attorneys, people that can help you make money. Okay? In other words, those are the same people that you need to network with, I need to network with, but we're going to save the time. We're going to follow this guy because let him do all the work, and then we just follow and ride his coattail. Okay? So the seventh characteristic, and this is very important, guys, is that leader is still young in his entrepreneurship journey. Okay? So I'm going to use the example of Donald Trump, the greatest president America has ever had. Okay? If you look at Trump, okay, he's a billionaire. Okay? He's a president of the United States, most powerful man in the world right now, they say, right? If you want to become his friends, it's very difficult right now. But back when he was just a small-time businessman, where he was just starting out, when he was in his early 20s, in his 30s, you got a better chance. But now that he's a billionaire and he's a president, it's extremely, extremely difficult, okay? Let me use another example, right? There was a time, okay, I met, when I was in prison, right, there was this idiot that used to talk shit about Brad Pitt all the time. The actor, Brad Pitt, right? The famous actor. And And he said, oh, Brad Pitt was an idiot. He was a knucklehead. When we grew up in the same neighborhood, he was nobody. And I'm like, you know what? You're the one that's the knucklehead. You're the one that's the idiot. You're the one that's the dumbass, because you lived in the same neighborhood on the same street as Brad Pitt, an Academy Award-winning, future Academy Award-winning actor, a future megastar, right? And you didn't have enough sense to see this? Like you were too stupid, you were too blind to see that this guy was going to be somebody big? Like you never once saw that this guy tried to act out a role, like, you know, act different clips of the movies or everything, try to act like he was Rambo, try to act like he was Al Pacino or Robert De Niro or some famous actor or something. Like you never saw this dude, Brad Pitt, trying to do that? Like one day he just decided he was going to become an Academy Award winning actor? No, you dumbass. He, somewhere along the line, as he was a kid growing up, he probably liked to act. He probably watched a movie and tried to replicate that voice and try to imitate those actors and those characters in the movies. Like the whole time you were in the same neighborhood with him, you never saw him do any of that stuff. You never saw him try to impersonate one of the characters in the movies or on the TV that he watched. Like he never did that. Like you're a fucking idiot. Okay, so at that time, you could have become good friends with Brad Pitt when you guys were in the same neighborhood. But instead, you looked at it and you said he was an idiot and he's stupid, he shouldn't be acting or whatever, and now he's a megastar and your ass is still broke. Okay? Don't you think that it was easier to become friends with Brad Pitt when he was living, you know, as just a regular kid on the streets, right? That's a lot easier, right? Even today, right? When every time I go to a cryptocurrency conference with my buddy LeonFu.com, right, we would get approached by a bunch of people. You know, they want to, you know, take pictures with us. They want to ask us questions about trading and investing, right? And we have a cryptocurrency investing blueprint that's available for sale for anyone who wants to learn how to trade and invest in cryptocurrencies. We also have a hands-on bootcamp that's a higher end training program for people who want get personal time and training from us and hands-on from us, right? But you know, if you rewind back to 5, 6, 7 years ago when me and Leon was going to the cryptocurrency meetups, conferences, we would have coached you for free. Why? Because back then we just started out. We were learning as we go along. And if you asked us something, we would have shared it with you. If you called us up, hey Ty, let me get your phone number, let's bounce some ideas off of this stuff, I would have done it with you because I didn't know much and I was learning along the way. But nowadays, I still want to do it, right? If somebody wants to get educated and learn how to invest and trade in cryptocurrencies correctly, they're going to have to invest into the cryptocurrency investing blueprint and get a copy of it, or attend one of our boot camps to learn how it's done. Like they won't be able to just come over to my house anymore because that was many years ago. Okay, I had time. Now I got wife, I got 3 kids, right, and I got a lot of shit I got to do. I can't just, you know, go hang out with someone and just talk about trading and talk about technical analysis, managing risk, and any of that stuff anymore. So it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I don't have a lot of time left anymore. Okay, so that's something that you want to do, is that you want to look for the leaders that are very, very, what do you call that? Still young in their journey, like still early in their journey, so it's easier for you to jump into their life and become friends with them and hang out with them and go to their house, chill out with them, right? Eat barbecue ribs with them, and, you know, drink a soda with them, drink a beer with them, and become their friends. Okay, it's a lot easier to do that when somebody's just at the beginning of their journey. Now that they're successful and everybody knows it, it's extremely difficult, right? Because back then, when I was nobody, it's easier for us to become friends, right? Because I know that, okay, you know, we're on the same mission. But now when somebody comes over and they try to become friends with me, I know for a fact that they see me online, they know that I'm a millionaire and they want to come over and become friends with me, right? And now I don't know if, hey, you know, is the guy really trying to learn how to trade, or is he just goofing off and just wants some of my money? Okay, so it's really, really difficult. So that's why, like right now, when I network with people, most of the people I network with, they're either at my level or higher. They're millionaires already. So it's easier for me to talk to them because now I know that we're on the same page. When we're asking each other, you know, entrepreneur questions and things like that, we know that what the reason why we're doing it. We're not, you know, going after each other's money or want a handout or something like that. Okay, so it's not that we don't want to hang out with the lower level guys. It's just that it's just not a good use of time. Okay, so The next thing, the eighth characteristic of a good leader that I look for is someone who is willing to get educated, okay? I have several family members right now in Vietnam. They're broke as shit. They are broke as shit, okay? Meanwhile, I have the knowledge and the skills and the capital and the resources to help them become wealthy, just like myself. The reason why I cannot help them, okay, is because they don't want to get educated. They don't want to learn. Like, some of them don't, they want to make money in crypto just like I do, but they don't want to learn, take the time to learn how to use a computer. They want to learn how to make money like I do, but they know how to use a computer, but they don't want to take the time to learn how to read technical analysis or learn how to do computer security, learn how to use a hardware wallet. That's too much headache, that's too much trouble, that's too much work, I don't want to think about it. Okay, so I can't help them. Okay, so you cannot help everyone. Okay, just because you're doing well in your life does not mean that everybody else in your family and your friends want to do the same thing. So just be aware of that. Okay, getting educated is extremely important, guys, because if the leader doesn't know how is he going to improve and make life-changing money if he doesn't go out there and get educated on how to do that. Like I see guys following people out there and that leader, okay? And they follow them since, like, for example, we got people following like someone like Peter Schiff, one of the most famous gold bugs out there, precious metals guy out there, right? And this guy is a leader in his industry. Like when I was growing up, I was listening to Peter Schiff, you know? And if you're watching this right now, Peter Schiff, like, please, man, get into the crypto space. Not because you need to make more money, but because you want to stay abreast of the latest and greatest ways to make money so you can help your viewers. Like, why would you tell your viewers, you got hundreds and thousands of people out there following you, but you're telling them about precious metals when the biggest bull market in human history is happening right now as I'm making this video. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So now we have a leader that is not willing to get educated on the new stuff, right? Like I remember when I come back to Vietnam and there's people that I meet that want to make big money, and I tell them, hey, you got to learn at least this much English in order to do this, and that'll dramatically increase your wealth. And they're like, that's too much work, too much headache, blah, 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 that's too much bullshit. And I'm like, but you just told me you want to make more money, and learning another language so that you can make more money, that's not worth it to you? You ain't fucking serious about making money then. Don't ever come and ask me about making money again, because you're not serious. I just told you need to learn this, right? You need to learn some English, you need to learn to use a computer, you need to learn how to use a hardware wallet, and you don't want to learn that? Well then, screw you. You ain't serious about making money. So those are the people that you don't want to waste time with, okay? Make sure that you look at a leader that's willing to get educated. Many of you guys hear me talk about the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned, LeonFu.com, the great oracle of crypto. Many of you guys ask me all the time, like, hey Ty, where is Leon? Like, how come, he rarely shows up on the channel with you, okay? Here's the reason why. He's in the background doing the research, right? He's a real Asian, right? Between me and him, he's better in math, science, computer software, computer technology, right? So I tell him, hey man, you don't need to be on video. Once in a while, come on, say hello to everyone, but you need to fucking put your ass, stick your fucking head into the goddamn laptop and start reading and researching on what we need to invest in, and then come back and let me know and I'll share it with the audience, okay? You don't need to be making videos, you don't need to be editing videos, you don't need to be uploading videos. Go get your ass over there and do what you're good at. Go research the projects and come back and let me know which ones to put my money in, okay? And I'll share it with the audience, okay? So that's the fact that he's willing to get educated, and the fact that I'm willing to get educated, and my other business partner, David, he's willing to get educated. Like every time we see something new about crypto, about hardware security, hardware wallet security, crypto security, I let David and Leon know, boom, they're on it, man. They're real Asians. They're the guys that's good in math and science and computer technology and everything, and they jump on there. And when I ask them, hey man, come on video, and they're like, I don't give a shit about being on video. I need to go get educated on this shit, man, so I can improve the security and protect our crypto, and then know where to put our money, right? So it's important that you guys look for leaders that are constantly looking to get educated, right? I came over to Thailand right? Many of you guys know I speak, English, Spanish, and Vietnamese fluently. I read and write all these languages, right? And I come over here to Thailand. I'm 47 years old. I don't need to fucking learn another language. I already made enough money. I'm already retired. Why the fuck do I need to learn another language for? But you know what? I'm willing to challenge myself because I know that if I learn how to speak Thai and I learn how to speak Chinese, because there's a lot of Chinese people here in Thailand and in Southeast Asia, there's a ton of Chinese people here, right? Matter of fact, it's probably more useful to learn Chinese than it is to learn Vietnamese or Thai. Matter of fact, that's the reality, okay? So if you guys want to come to Southeast Asia, right, or you want to learn a second language outside English, I would highly recommend learning Mandarin because that is more useful. That is definitely a money-making language. You know Mandarin, you know how to read it, you know how to write it, especially if you are a white person and you know that, that elevates your value significantly. You have no idea how much you are respected in the eyes of the people over here when a Westerner, a white person, can learn how to speak Chinese, okay, Mandarin, okay? The other dialect is called Cantonese. Don't waste time with that. Focus on Mandarin, okay? So get educated. Speaking of education, I'm going to do a quick plug real quick for our cryptocurrency investing blueprint. If you are serious about trading and investing in cryptocurrencies, right, and you want the absolute best training program on the planet that I know of, go to www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint and get you a copy of the blueprint. And don't jack around and waste your time trying to figure it out. Go learn from the people that have done the research and have been through the minefields and have lived to talk about it and have retired and have made the money and retired early and learn from them. Okay? So don't try to figure it out. Okay, last point right here, guys, and you're not gonna like this, and this is something that not a lot of people talk about. This is something that nobody talks about, guys, right? And this is the reality, okay? The last trait that's in my opinion, is one of the most absolute critical because this can make or break that leader, okay? Because remember, we are looking for leaders that can potentially make life-changing money and life-changing profits, and we follow them because it helps us to save money and time. That's the key. Those are the two resources that we have limited, that are very limited when we first start out, okay? So we need to follow somebody that has all these traits. This is the last one I'm going to share with you is not something that anyone ever talks about, okay, that I know of, right? Is that you need a leader that is not pussy whipped, okay? That is not pussy whipped. And what does pussy whip mean, okay? For some of you guys that don't speak English as your primary language, pussy obviously means vagina, okay? Whipped means that you have been beaten into submission, okay? That means that a leader who is pussy whipped, okay, is never going to be the best leader, okay? I don't like following guys that are pussy whipped, okay? That means that they let the power of the pussy hold power over them, okay? That means that they cannot control themselves around women, okay? Like when they are around women, the minute they see somebody that's half-ass attractive, right? They forget everything. They forget all the other traits. They forget all the other traits that I just shared with you guys. Everything goes out the window because they let the power of the pussy take over their lives, okay? That is one of the most absolute, like I have met so many guys that they have all the traits to become a very, very highly successful, powerful financial leader and makes a shitload of money, but man, when it comes to women, they just let that destroy them, okay? They just let women, the power of the poontang, just destroy them, and they lose everything over and over and over, okay? Like right now, I'm working with a client. He's one of our cryptocurrency investing bootcamp clients, and he has become a millionaire, okay? You guys, this cracks me up. He's been a millionaire like 3-4 times in his life. And guess how he lost each of those times? Guess how he lost everything each of those times, okay? It was the power of the poontang. The power of the poontang killed his ass. Oh, poontang is the, I guess the, for some of you guys that don't speak English, it's your primary language. Poontang is the more polite and respectable way to say pussy in public, okay? Or vagina in public, okay? Pussy is the street way to say it. Poontang is like the soft, polite way to say it, like among friends and family and stuff, okay? Or you can just say vagina, okay? But You guys know me, right? I'm from the streets, right? I don't even have a high school or college degree, so don't expect anything that's educated to come out of my mouth, okay? I only know how to make life-changing money, and I'm sharing my experiences with you, okay? That's it, okay? Don't expect any fancy vocabulary coming out of me, okay? Anyway, that is the last trait that I look for, is this. Matter of fact, when I see a guy that, you know, that it's pussy whip, I don't even waste time. Like, I hang around with him, but when it comes to making money, I know there's not a lot there, okay? So if you guys get all the other traits down, but this one trait with women is not handled by the leader, right? It's going to be a tough journey, okay? It's not, he will be able to make money, right? But keeping it is going to be a problem because the power of the poontang is going to take over, okay? So I hope this video helps you guys understand the 9 traits that I look for when moving forward, guys. I don't want to be a leader no more. I don't want to be the pioneer. I don't want to have to figure stuff out. I want to learn from the guys that's already figured it out, okay? That's why whenever I see somebody have the skills that I don't have, I do not mind investing some of my money to learn that skill from them, because I know that I can make that money back once I learn that skill, but I cannot make the time back. That's the thing, guys. When you're broke and you're poor and you're at the lower rungs of the financial ladder, we don't consider time. But as you make more money, you're going to start noticing that time is more important, because then you can't make any more time, okay? So I hope that this video helps you guys out. There's a lot of bullshit out there that tell people to become good leaders. I'm here to tell you that if you want to make life-changing money and life-changing profit, it's a lot easier, quicker, less headache, less heart attacks, and less costly to be a good follower and have the eye to look for the good leaders and follow them, okay? Be careful who you follow though, okay? Be careful who you follow, because you follow the wrong person, that can cost you a lot of money and waste a lot of time too. And I hope that this video helps you guys kind of like filter out the people that can potentially help you guys become financially successful, reduce the amount of time and reduce the amount of money that it takes for you to become financially free and make life-changing profits, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen, okay? And then if you're new to crypto and you're serious about learning how to invest and trade in crypto, go get you a copy of the Cryptocurrency Investing Blueprint today at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint, and I'll see you in a future video.